Yeah, so I'm going to be playing the games that I got in the Yogscast Jingle Jam games collection from donating, because there's a lot of them, and I feel like I don't play a lot of new games, so I'm just going to play through them one by one. This is the first one I selected randomly, and also I'm trying out some VTuber software. I made my own little VTuber avatar. Yeah. I think mostly I'm just going to be mostly quiet unless somebody pops up. Well, let's just try it. Select case F shows over. This will overwrite your autosave. Yes, I've never played this before, so that's fine. I got no issues with that. Looks like Scout is having some issues. The basics of image reconstruction are simple. See that grid? By filling in certain squares, a picture will appear. The clues on the sides of the grid tell you which squares to fill in. Once you've filled in the right squares, you'll complete the image. See how this row has a 5 written here? That means 5 connected squares in this row should be filled in. Since there are 5 squares in the row in total, that means all of the squares should be filled. Okay, I can do that. Great. See how the clue there went gray? That means you followed the clue properly. Now we're going to introduce the other important part of image reconstruction puzzles, marking squares that must be empty. Take a look at this column. The 1 clue means that only 1 square in this column should be filled in. Because 1 square is already filled in, that means none of the others can be. So we should mark these squares with a cross. Pop, pop, pop. Great! Now do the same for the second column. Pop, 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 pop. And the 5th column. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, we're nearly there. This row has a clue of 2, which means 2 connected squares are filled in. Because we put those X's earlier, there's now only one place where this other square can go. Pop, pop. Now do the same with this row. Pop, pop. As you can see, marking squares with X's is really important and makes reconstructing the images much easier. Image reconstruction can be boiled down into these 2 tasks, filling in squares that are correct, placing X's into squares that cannot be filled in. Now use the techniques you've learned here to complete this puzzle. Bam bam, bam, bam. Alright, we did it. It's an arrow. A right arrow. Oh, it was an arrow pointing right. Okay, on to the next one. Oh dear. The next one appears to be very damaged. Next, let's look at a really useful technique called overlapping. This row has a clue of 4. Remember, that means that 4 connected squares should be filled in. Given there are 4 connected squares and only 5 possible spaces, that means that there are only 2 possible places this group could go. Look at the 3 squares in the middle of the row. Notice how, no matter where we place this group, their 3 squares are always filled. This means that we can safely fill them in now. Good job! This is overlapping. working out which squares will always be filled in or always empty, regardless of where the group goes. Let's try a few more examples. Take a look at this row. This one only has 3 connected squares, which means there are 3 possible positions it can be in. Even in this situation, there's an overlapping square, the one in the middle. Notice how this row has 2 number clues? This means that this row has 2 groups. One of 3 connected squares, and one that is just a single square. Groups must be separated by at least 1 blank space. So for an example, in this instance, it must go 3 squares, at least 1 blank square, and then 1 final square. Given that there are only 5 squares in the row, there's only 1 possible layout that will fit here. Fill in the highlighted squares, and then put an X in the square we know must be empty. You can do some more overlapping on this column. Given that we've already have one of the squares filled in, there are now only 2 possible places that this group could go. And 1 more overlapping square. Fill in that square now. Did you notice that in this previous case, the last square will never be filled in? Crossing out squares that you know must be empty is as crucial as filling them in, so let's cross that out now. On the subject of crossing things out, notice how the last column has been completed already. By following other clues, cross out all the other squares in this column. Boop, 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 boop. Excellent work. Now use all the techniques you've learned so far to finish the puzzle. Alright, we're in now. The baby game is over. We're real puzzlers. So 3 means it could either be these 3 or these 3, but either way, it's definitely that one. 1, 1, and we know it can't be here, and we know it can't be here, so it has to be these 2. This 4 has to be there, which locks in this 1, and which means it can't be either of those, so it has to be that. And then this 3 is already done, so it can't be that, it has to be that. Is that a cat? Looks like a cat. It's a dog. I don't know if that is actually a dog, but I'll accept it. Visual ontology test. Successfully completed. A dog, how cute. Let's try others. Oh, that's not good. Okay, let's try to bring... Oh. Where am I? Accessing memory. 85% memory corruption. Oh no. I should try to find a way out. Oh, it's a garbage bag. Wait, does that mean this is a garbage dump? No, there's no way. Did someone throw me away? Oh, that is a very sad story. Maybe you're like a Wall-E robot. Choose your difficulty level. Easy. Complete rows are automatically crossed out. Hints are not on by default. Normal. No automatic completion for rows. Hints have to be toggled on. Recommend starting on easy. I've never played this type of puzzle before, but I'm gonna do normal. Normal sounds good. Several hours later. And that's how I discovered the missing murder weapon. It was inside the butler all along. My god, I can't believe I didn't think of that. I couldn't have done it without your help, Detective Oates. After all, someone had to distract the swarm of bees. Haha, you're right. We make a good team. It's just lucky we were in the neighborhood. We'll always be where we're needed, Oates, because wherever there's murder, there's Miss Terri. Wow, that's good. That's good writing. Cut. So we're not actually detectives? That's the last of the reshoots, everyone. Great work. Enjoy your summer break, okay? Ugh, thank God for that. I hate reshoots. Like, I already nailed it the first time. It's not my fault. I'm surrounded by a bunch of talentless idiots. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry, Honor. You're not an idiot. Honor, can I see you in my office real quick? Sure, I'll be right there. Another meeting with the showrunner? I wish he paid that much attention to the real talent around here. Wow, Becky. Better run along now. Keep it together, Honor. 4 months until next season. 4 months before you have to talk to her again. Thanks, Becky. I hope you have a great summer. Lots of murder potential going on here. Hope you have a great summer. Ugh, what a suck up. Please, come in. How's it going? Your wife doing okay? My wife? Yeah, she's fine. Listen, this is hard. Ooh, I didn't even know there was dialogue choices, dialogue trees. Some of my lines get cut. Did we get canceled? I think it's best to just let them tell us what's going on. What's going on, Blake? You know you can tell me anything. It's about your contract. My contract? I don't understand. I wish there was something I could do, but... Wait, are you firing me? You're the showrunner, Blake. Don't act like you don't have a choice. No warning, no negotiation. You're supposed to be my friend. Oh, this dialogue is just going now. Can't. What about the show? You can't get rid of Detective Oates. The fans will go crazy. You're telling me 3 weeks of hate mail just for changing the theme song? But sometimes things come up, unexpected things. I have to do whatever it takes. The network put forward the idea of a talking poodle a few months back. I might try it out. Animal companions are big right now. Placed by a dog. Forget it, Blake. I don't need your sympathy. What I need is for you to have my back, like you always used to. But I guess that's not going to happen. Rip Honor. Rip Honor's honor. Honor's honor is gone. Much dishonor. Can't believe this. 4 years of hard work, and then I'm out. Just like that? What am I supposed to do now? Random cop guy. Named Bill. Miss Rahi. Good to see you. Honor Miss Rahi. Say, haven't seen any kids running around here, have you? What do they look like? Did the Friday Fun Show audience escape again? No, I just got outside, so... Sorry, no, I was just on my way out. What's up? It's just, I got a report about kids spraying graffiti on the studio lot. Same thing happened last summer. Oh, but look at me going on. You must have finished filming by now, right? Oh yeah, I'm finished. Like, not coming back finished. Like, completely finished. Fully finished. Forever. What? No way. Yeah, Blake is renewing my contract. Isn't renewing my contract. Oh geez, that's awful. I thought you two were friends. Me too. There's a lot less puzzle solving than I thought there would be. And what about money? What with your husband being out of the picture? Wasn't this your only income? Gosh, I'd be terrified if it was me. I'm getting stomachache just thinking about it. I was trying not to think about it, Bill. Oh geez, I'm sorry. Me and my big mouth. It is disproportionately large. But you'll be fine, Miss Arahi. I know it. I'm sure you've got a plan. So far, the plan is go home and find something strong to drink. You take care of yourself, okay? Plenty of people here will be sad to see you go, me included. Thanks, Bill. Hey, shouldn't you be looking for those kids? Kids? What kids? I don't have kids. Oh right, kids. That's what I was doing here. I better go. See you around. Now where'd I put my car keys? Thought I had them in my handbag somewhere. Detective Oates? I am not in the mood to sign autographs right now. Oates isn't my name, I'm just an actress, and this isn't a good time. But I need your help. Detective, just an actress. I'm not a detective. Could you please just... Dun dun dun. You're not a fan. What are you? I am Scout. Is this some kind of prank? Processing. Prank. A practical joke. A deception. No, I am not a prank. I am Scout. Alright, where's the hidden camera? I am equipped with a digital imaging device, if that is what you mean. It isn't hidden, but it may be hard to see from where you are standing. Do you have any other questions? Listen, this is all real clever, hilarious, really, but I've had a bad day, and I'm not in the mood. Unless you can find my car keys, I suggest you get lost. That's a cute face. I can help find your keys. I can find anything. Activating object identification mode. Alright, we did it. We made it to the puzzle. Okay. Well... That's... Yep. A lot of that was pretty straightforward. So 6 is already done, so it can't be these. 8. So if this is 6, then 8 could be this, or it could be that, so it doesn't tell us anything. This is 6 too, so it has to be that. Oh, which means this, and that. You found car key? Question mark? I also question if this is what a car key looks like. $3,000 case score. There, it's in your bag. That's not my car key. That's a tampon. I know what this is. I just don't get how this is supposed to help me. Oh yes, sorry. I'm detecting multiple faults in my object recognition systems, and I really have to be going. Wait, I still need your help. I told you I'm not a real detective. Hell, if I'm not even a fake one anymore. What could you possibly want me to help you with? I don't remember. Great. Well, good luck with that. Now get lost, will ya? This isn't funny anymore. Okay. I swear, LA gets weirder every day. Now where are those keys? Maybe I left them back in the studio? They must be around here somewhere. Alright, we got the numbers, and now we got the murder. What was that? It sounded like it came from Blake's office. Location unlocked. Office. You now have access to the map. Use the map to open the map. Map. Office. Becky? I thought I heard a scream. What are you doing here? Did your assistant bring you non-ionized water? Are you okay? He's dead. Blake. I just came in and I think I'm gonna hurl. Oh, hi, Honor. Did something... Oh my god. Is that Blake? Don't know. I heard Becky screaming. Oh geez. What are we gonna do? We gotta stay calm, right? I'm not qualified for this. We have to call the police. Oh yeah, good idea. Call the cops. They'll know what to do. They're professionals. You just wait here. It'll all be fine. But geez. Just seeing the blood here. Bill. Yep, right. Police. Going for it. Blake. Why? Why be murdered? Episode 1. Show's over. There's a lot more story than I expected in this game. And he was just lying there. Bloody hell. I'm sorry, Honor. No one should have to see that. I just don't get it. Who would want to hurt Blake? Is this everyone? As staff present, all staff present and correct, sir. Well, everyone except Blake, on account of being dead and all. Oh geez, me and my big mouth again. Sorry, everyone. I just can't believe... Ahem. I'll take it from here, thanks. I'm Senior Detective Gary Cross. I'll be leading the investigation into the death of the showrunner, Blake. I realize this is a difficult time for everyone, but if you work with me, we can see that justice is served. First off, who found the body? Becky. Becky found the body. Becky found the body. I came running when I heard her scream. He was dead when you found him? How should I know? I'm not a doctor. Becky, he's trying to help. Sorry, Detective. She's obviously still in shock. And who are you, exactly? I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. Honor Mizrahi? I'm an actress. Honor Mizrahi, huh? Well, I'll be. You've probably seen the show, Murder Miss Terri? I play Detective Oates. Of course he's seen it. Or a smash hit. Yeah, that must be it. I'm Becky Call, by the way, star of the show. and soon-to-be winner of this year's Starshine Award for Best Actress. Glad to meet you. Now, what I need you to do is... An autograph? Of course. I'm going to have to ask you for a small fee. I don't want your autograph. I just want you to think about what you saw. You'll all have to submit statements after I've examined the crime scene. Do you need anything else until then? Or can we go? I think we could all do with some sleep. Some time to process what's happened. Hold it. No one's going home. There's been a murder. I don't want anyone leaving this room until I've got the place secured. Understood? You're being cute, right? You can't lock us in here. There's no bathroom. Use a paper cup if you have to. I want to keep all of you in one place until I've got the facts straight. Listen, Senior Detective. I'm not going in a cup. Where do you think we are? A frat party? What's your name? Casey LeBlue, award-winning hair and makeup artist. Enchanted to meet you. Aren't you Brits supposed to be good at keeping things bottled up? Well, now's your chance. Any other questions? Who's that hiding in the corner? Me? I wasn't hiding. I got nothing to hide, Mr. Cross. Officer Cross. I'm not officer, it's Senior Detective. Who are you? What are you doing here? Right, Senior Detective. Got it. The name's Tully. I was just getting a drink when all hell broke loose, Senior Inspector, sir. Let me say it slowly so you get it. Senior Detective. And I meant, what are you doing here in the studio? What's your job here? Oh, why didn't you say so? I'm a handyman by day, bodybuilder, and model at night. I'm gonna be the next Schwarzenegger. That's great, and I definitely want to circle back around to this. But we still haven't solved my Wii problem. For God's sake, I'm not your babysitter, Mr. LeBlue. The matter is closed. As for everyone else, I don't care if you're an actress, the next Schwarzenegger, or William goddamn Shatner. You're all suspects until I say otherwise. You, security guy. Bill, wasn't it? Take me to the crime scene. Everyone else just sit tight while I do my job. The real crime around here are those eyebrows. Somebody needs to pluck those girls before they get into a catfight. I suppose we're stuck here, so, Tully, let's talk about your bodybuilding. Several hours later. That's a lot of bodybuilding talk. Oh, come on already, let me out! Would you stop making so much noise? He obviously can't hear you. It's Friday night, and I'm supposed to be at a party in like 3 hours. How am I supposed to get ready if I'm stuck in here with you losers? You realize Blake's dead, right? And all you can think about is your stupid party? Just because Blake's dead doesn't mean my social life has to die. I was. Would have kept it that way too, but I found this guy in a hallway, over by the set. You got any other potential suspects wandering around that I should know about? Not that I know of. I hope you're right. I could do without any more surprises. Good idea. Surprises can be pretty dangerous at your age. John, you're gonna stay here until I say otherwise, got it? Yes, Detective. So far we have played the game 2 times we've identified a right arrow, a dog, and a tampon. Just as a recap of the gameplay in the first 30 minutes of this game. Looks like you're stuck here with us now, John. You'd better not need the bathroom. Oh my god, you're Miss Terri. Yeah, I know who I am, thanks. And you're Detective Oates. Well, wow. Am I a guest starring in the new episode or something? Right, hilarious. Who are you again? Don't worry about her. She's just starved for attention. So are you a new crew member, or... Me? Work on the show? I wish. No, I'm just a fan. Like, the biggest fan. I can't believe I'm actually talking to Becky Call. A fan? Well, why didn't you say so? It's always a pleasure to meet someone who appreciates my talent. I seriously can't even... Everyone on Usenet is going to go nuts. Oh my god, you're one of those freaks from the internet. Killer? What are you talking about? Come on, Becky, you only just got here. Dun dun dun. Excuse me? Can someone maybe explain what's going on? Please don't explain what's going on. Think about it. She's the one who just got fired. What the what? You got fired? It happened right before this thing with Blake. I didn't know how to tell you. You don't need to be Miss Terri to realize that that's one hell of a motive. Don't you go throwing stones, Miss Glasshouse 1996. We all know you and Blake were fighting over your new contract. I don't have to listen to this. Don't you walk away from me. Could someone please tell me what's happening? I just want Scout the robot back, so I can do more puzzles. Everything's falling apart. I just wish I could do something instead of being stuck in here. Maybe I can help. Am I hearing voices? Maybe we really have been locked in here too long. Hello. You again? What are you doing here? Helping. Do you need me to find something? Killer. Let's see. I want... way out of here. A way out of here. I have to prove I didn't kill my friend. That might be something I can help with. How do I know I can trust you? I don't even know who you are. Ask me anything you want. I'll try my best to answer. Question. Scout. Hello, Detective Just an Actress. Please, call me Honor. It's a pleasure to meet you, Honor. I am Scout. What would you like to know? First things first, what are you? Good question. Unfortunately, I do not have the answer. That's why I need a detective. You don't know anything about yourself? I know I am a robot. I am equipped with radar, an imaging camera, and over 200 megabytes of storage. That's not a lot of storage. So you're some kind of flying camera? Unclear. Most of my Most of my subroutines are corrupted, but many are for searching optical data and matching to known objects. However, most of my object database has been lost. That explains the tampon thing. How did you lose so much data? I do not know. My memory banks were severely deteriorated when I came online. Huh. Seems like you're quite the mystery scout. Where did you come from? I didn't mean it here. I mean, who made you? I do not know. All that tech and no warranty card? Better hope you don't need any spare parts. Okay, let's work backwards. How did you get here? I was following the street when I saw it. Murder Miss Terri. Solving mysteries every Thursday. The billboard outside the studio. Do you solve mysteries on other days as well? I don't know if I can wait till Thursday. You said you were following the street? Where were you before? A bad place. There were broken electronics everywhere. No wonder I was damaged. You mean the scrap heap? Who would throw something like you away? That's what I want to find out. So what do you want from me? I told you I'm not a real detective. I understand, but perhaps you could help me find one. Scout, I've got my own problems. One of my friends is dead. Also, maybe you haven't noticed, but we're locked inside a break room. I can't help anyone right now. Then let me help you. I can find a way out of this room, so you can prove your innocence. And then I'll be free to help you. It's logical, is it not? Can't argue with that. How do I know I can trust you? I would never hurt anyone. I don't even know how. I only want to find out who I am. You don't seem dangerous, although you do have very spooky, claw hands. But I swear, if you go all HAL 9000 on me, we're through. So, can you find me a way out of here? Sure, I'll do a quick scan. Found a way out. There's a gap in the wall. It's behind you, approximately 6 feet, 8 inches tall. That's the door, Scout. If I could get out that way, I wouldn't need your help. Sorry, my logic circuits are obviously still warming up. Give me a moment to make a more detailed scan. Use Scout scanning mode to locate objects of interest. Move the viewport with the mouse and click to scan when the cursor turns fully red. Interesting. So how would I get out of a situation like this? Yep. A puzzle. That's a lot of ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 8 fits into 10. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think that is right. Because it could go here or here. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be 1, no, 1, no. 1, no, 1, no, 1, no. Or it could be the other way. So this doesn't tell me nothing. This whole row only has 2 on it though. This does tell me, though. So does this. 5, 6, 6. This only tells me that. So that could be it, but it could also be here and then have two. Like it could also be this. So that doesn't tell me anything for sure. This I know is a 1 first, so I know this is an X. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, and this is a 1, so this must be an X. So 4 into 6 means it has to be these two, because it could be 4 or 4. Which means this has to be this. Okay, and then similar story here and here. This has to be 3, this has to be 3, which means that has to be like that. Oh. If I put my hand over my face, my avatar goes wacky. See, 8. This is 1. So it could be 1, 1. Oh yeah, this is the 3 thing again. Same here. Which means this has to be this. Which means this has to be this. And I'm guessing it's these two, but I don't know for sure. Oh well, I know it can't be this or wait, no, it could be that. But it can't be this, which means it has to be that. It means it can't be, or no, it could be this, but it can't be that. Can't be that, has to be that. It can't be either of those because then this would be a 2, which means it has to be these two. Which means it can't be these two. Which means it has to be at least these 4 for a 6 to fit in here. I'm guessing it's 2, 2. Although, no, it'd have to be 2 this way. And then it would have to be this. Alright. An air vent. I think I've located another way out. Could you verify that it is not another door? It's an air vent. That might actually work. Or at least it works in the movies. Only problem is it's sealed up with a metal cover. You don't happen to have a crowbar, do you? I don't think I have that feature. Worth a try. The cover seems to be held in place by 4 metal screws. It can probably be removed for access. Okay, so we need a screwdriver. I'm guessing you don't have one of those either. No. I'll be sure to bring it up with my creator if I ever find them. What do you think you're doing? And what is that thing supposed to be? I am Scout. Honor, are you really that desperate for friends? I always knew you were weird, but I didn't think it was this bad. He's helping me. I didn't kill Blake, and I'm going to prove it. Ha! How's a piece of junk like that going to help? Looks like you dug an old Betamax player out of the trash. Actually, I didn't meet Honor until after I left the trash. Ugh, what's taking the detective so long? You'd think someone his age would value time. For once I agree with you. Scout found an air vent that leads out of the room. I'm going to get out there and prove I'm innocent. What? No way. I'm not letting you sneak out while I'm stuck in here. What are you going to do? Tie me to a chair? If you so much as touch that air vent, I'm telling Detective Cross. You get fired, Blake dies, and now you're trying to escape? You don't look so innocent to me. What if she is right? Escaping this room may not be the best option. Nah, let's ignore the wishes of the detective and make a run for it. That seems very innocent. The longer we wait, the more time the killer has to cover their tracks. How do you know that? I've picked up a thing or two over the years. Murder mysteries weren't always my favorite kind of story. Or were always my favorite kind of story. I just never expected to be in one. But before we can get out of here, we have to find some way to distract Becky. A microwave? A very distracting microwave? Alright, how distracted can you get by a microwave? So 3 means it definitely has to be that. 1, 1, 1. This only fits one way. And that's already 3. This is 2. This is 2. Which means this and this. Which means not this. Or wait. Which means yes, this. And then that. This is 1, 1, so it can't be these. This is 5, so it's all of them. And this is 1, 1, 1, 1. What is that? A screwdriver. Of course. In the microwave. Someone was microwaving a screwdriver. Honor, I have found something. My ontological database indicates it is some kind of tool, but all further data is damaged or missing. It's a screwdriver, Scout. This is just what we needed. Hey, Tully, wasn't it? Hey, Tully, wasn't it? I'm guessing this is yours? Huh? What makes you think that? Well, because, I mean, you're a handyman, so... Oh, right, yeah. Sorry. So, do you mind if I borrow this? Why would I mind? I'll lend you a tool anytime. Awkwardly slides out of frame. Okay, is there anything else we can try to find? Something to distract people with? A chair leg. Interesting. 1 8 and 8 1. And this is 10 across. So it could be 1 8. But it could also be not that. So that doesn't help. You need big numbers. Well, I guess it could be 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Oh, I miscounted. So those are locked in, and this is 1 7, which means that is locked in, and this is 1 1 5, but we don't know for sure. So this is 2 2 3 and 2 3 4 5 5. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So 4. Wait, that's too many. There we go. Oh, and that's it for this row. And this is 6, which means it can't be those. 1 2 3 4 5. Or we know it's these two, so it has to be 1 2 3 4 5 6, like that. 2 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 has to be at least those two. Oh, but this has to end with 3, so that doesn't make sense. Because if this is 3, 1 2 3 4 5, 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. I mean, it can't be these two, so it has to be those two. Yeah. Well, it can't be that because that's 2, so it has to be that. And this is already done. This is already done. One. 1 1. Oh, well, it can't be this, or this, or this. 3 1 1 1. Whew, that's something. This Terri toy. Of course, that's what the chair leg was the whole time. Okay. What's this toy doing here? Hey, be careful with that. Don't you realize what you're holding? Some kind of action figure? Some kind of action figure? Action figure? That's not an action figure. It's Miss Terri figurine. And a rare one, too. If I'm not mistaken. Huh? I thought it looked familiar. Guess I didn't recognize Becky without a scowl on her face. How come it's so valuable? Well, since you're interested, this particular figurine has a small but hilarious mistake. Take a look at the face. Do you notice anything? No, the eyes are the wrong color. Isn't that... Whoop. Isn't that funny? Like, how do you get the eyes the wrong color on Miss Terri? They only made 200 before they noticed the problem, so they're very rare. I wonder how it got here. I've actually got another one just like it right here in my... Wait, that is mine. You took it out of my bag. You're a thief. A thief. It was just lying here on the floor. This guy's very, very upset. I don't know. He might have done did it. Alright, some fridge puzzle. Alright, we learned about 1 and 8 being good. 7. 7 into 9 means that, I think? Because it could be 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. Yeah. And 5 into 9 is that. Because it could be, or no, is that. Yep. And we know this is 4. Which leaves us with this, which means those 3 definitely. Means this row is done. This is 2, so it has to be one of these 2, so it can't be any of these. 7 into 9 again? No, it has to be that. 2, 3, 2. 2, 3, 2. This only fits in one way. Uh, 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, 2. Or it could be 1, 3. Not sure on that one. 5 is already sorted out, but it has to be 5 and then 1. Which means the 1 could go here, but then that would leave 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So at the very least it has to be that one. In order to be... because it could be 5.1, or it could be 5, 1. Yeah. 6 and then 1 has a similar thing. 6 in here. Because it could be 6, or it could be 6. I think. 2 and then 1. 5, 2 and then 4. So 4 has to fit into here, so it must be these 3. Which means 5 can either be here or here, which means this is a definite no. Or no. Yeah, that doesn't help. 1, 1, 6. So if this was 1, you wouldn't be able to fit 6 here, so that has to be 1. Which finishes out this row, which makes this the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is done. Which means that has to be 1. Which means this has to be 4. Which means this has to be 2. 5, 6. Which means it can't be this one. Which means it has to be that. And this has to add up to 5, which could go down to here, but it couldn't go any further than that. So it can't be these two. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6 is all locked in, so it has to be that. This could still go either way. Oh no, because this row is already done, so this has to be that. Oh, and if this is 1, has to be that. Which means this 5 has to fit into here somehow, which is 2, 3, so this is done. Oh, and this is 2, 4, which is already done, so it has to be that, which makes this done. This is 2, 1, but this is already done. This is done. This is done. An apple. That one I can actually tell what it is. Found an apple that's already kind of been eaten a little bit. It was in the fridge. Somebody took a bite out of it and then put it back in the fridge. It's kind of gross. I don't think you should do that. I think you gotta commit to eating an apple. Hey, we detective ranked up. Do you think this could be useful to the investigation? I'll be honest, it seems unlikely that an apple is the smoking gun. A gun? Be careful, Honor. Guns are dangerous. No, Scout, it's just a turn of phrase. I mean, the murder weapon. Or a vital clue. Oh. It's very confusing when humans say things that mean other things. I'm sure you'll catch on. Catch on to what? That was another one, wasn't it? Oh, I've investigated everything, and I think that's a good place to call it for murder by numbers. It's I like it. I like the puzzles more than the visual novel elements. But yeah, I might keep playing this in my spare time. I'm not sure. We will see. Uh, yeah.